Okay, let's look at the answers for the revision sheet here. So, factor trees. We've got 24, that's 2 times 12. 2 is our prime factor. 2 times 6 to give us 12. And 2 times 3. So there are our prime factors. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Or we can write that as 2 to the power of 3 times 3. Now 40, 4 times 10 gives us 2 times 2 for the 4 and 2 times 5 for the 10. Our prime factors are right there. 2 times 2 times 2 times 5, which gives us 2 to the power of 3 times 5. Alright, 140. Now that's 14 times 10. That's a quick way of doing it. That's 2 times 7, and that's 2 times 5. So we've got 2 times 2 times 5 times 7, all written as 2 to the power of 2 times 5 times 7. So we've got 1200 there, so that's 12 times 100. 12 is 3 times 4. We could have done 2 times 6, and 4 is 2 times 2. There's our prime factors there. 10 times 10 gives us 100, 2 times 5 gives us 10, and 2 times 5 gives us 10. There are our prime factors there. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 to the power of 4, times that by 3, and times that by 5 times 5. And we get 2 to the power of 4 times 3 times 5 squared. Alright, so we're asked to write these in factored form, which means we're writing it out with multiplication. So 9 to the power of 3 is 9 times 9 times 9, so 5 to the power of 4 is written by that. T cubed is t times t times t, and a to the power of 3 times b to the power of 2 is written as a times a times a times b times b. Now index form, or index notation, we count up how many 2's there are, that's 2 to the power of 8. We count up the number of 9's, so the base value is 9, the index is 5, and 5 to the power of 4. Okay, so we're going to simplify these indices. Remember, same base values, we add the indices, so 2 to the power of 5, we get 5 to the power of 10, we get t to the power of 4 plus 2, or r, sorry, which is r to the power of 6. Now when we're dividing, we subtract the indices, so that's 7 to the power of 3, and m to the power of 1, or we can just write m. Now the first 5 prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. List the first 8 multiples of 4, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 32. Find the lowest common multiple of 8 and 10. There we go, there's the multiples of 8, and these are the multiples of 10. Lowest common one is 40. Now factors. Factors are two numbers that multiply to give us another number, so 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. They multiply to give us 12. 20 is 1 times 20 is 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5, there's our factors of 20. Factors of 18 is 1 and 18, 2 and 9, and 3 and 6. Those are our factors of 18. 42 is 1 and 42. We've got 2 and 21. We've got 3 and 14. 5 we don't. 6 and 7. They're our factors of 42. Okay, directed numbers. So let's look at these answers here. 2 negatives there make a plus. So we get 3 plus 4. So 5 take 9 gives us negative 4. 10, negative 10 plus 7. The 2 negatives there make a plus, gives us negative 3. Negative times a positive is negative. So we can write that out there, negative 15. Subtract away 6, which gives us negative 21. And 2 negatives make a positive. So we get positive 4 for that answer there. Okay, we're going to look at BIMDAS here. So remember the steps we wrote in class. So we look at brackets, no brackets, indices, no indices, then multiplication. So we got 3 minus 20 because we do the multiplication first, which gives us negative 17. 14, subtract away 12, gives us 2. Negative 4 plus 9 times 1, that gives us negative 4 plus 9, take 12. That gives us 5, subtract away 12, which equals negative 7. So again, we do the brackets. Now inside the brackets, we do multiplication first, so that's 2 plus 15. That gives us 17 there inside the bracket. We're going to multiply that. Now we do the indice, which is 4. 2 squared is 4. And we take 1. 17 times 4 is 68. 68 take 1 is 67. Okay. Write the following words as a number. 632, 1073, 5625, 300,450, 4,865,017, 6 and 35 hundreds, and 45,000. So let's look at the columns again. Remember the first one was tenths, the next one after that was hundreds, and then we had thousands. Now we want 45,000, so there's our 45 thousandths. We put a 0 in the front, and there we go, 0.0745. Okay, adding. So again, 457 plus 198, that simply gives us 655. Difference, remember what difference means? It means subtract. So we're going to have 4,086 subtract 385. And there we go, we get 10 take 3, 3,701. Okay, if one costs $3 and we want 7 packets of it, 7 times 3 will equal $21. Remember, we want the unit there as well, the dollar sign. Okay, so multiplication, column multiplication. Again, this is just practicing our column multiplication there, making sure that when we change, we now add 8 plus 0 is 8. 9 plus 8 is 17, we carry the 1, we get the 8 there, 3, so now we have 14,878. Multiplying decimals works on the same way. And remember that we got one decimal number there, which means in our answer we have one number after our decimal place. So remember we got 3 numbers there after decimal place, so we're looking to have 3 numbers after decimal place in our number. And there's our decimal place going there because we've got to have those 3 numbers. Okay, round the following to the nearest decimal place. So 2 decimal places, we look at the next one to the right and we decide whether we round up. If it's a 5 or greater, we round up. If it's less than 5, it stays the same. So 3 decimal place, there it is there. That's a 1 afterwards. So that doesn't round up the 978, we keep it at 0.978. And nearest 10, 436, so 36, is that closer to 40 or 30? That's closer to 40. So 1 decimal place there, that 8 rounds that 0 up, sorry that's a 9, rounds it up to get 876.4.0. Determine the total cost for each of the following. So we need to sort of set out our working here. So we've got 2 lots of bread, so that's 2 lots of $2, plus 1 milk, $3, plus $2.20 for the paper. There it goes, gives us $9.20, remembering our unit. Now if peanuts cost $7 per kilogram, and we want 2.5 kilograms, well we're going to multiply them together. We want 7 lots of 2.5. There we go, now this is an example of decimal multiplication. There we go, $17.50. We can check our answer is a decent answer. We've got $6.50 for cheese. We want 1.5 lots of $6.50. There we are, column multiplication, we add those now. And we get $9.75. Last one here, we got $27.65 for salmon. And we want 0.45 of a kilogram, so we want 0.45 of, and that's times. So we do again the column multiplication with decimals. When we go to the next level, we put a 0 down, multiply each of those columns, and then once we've done that multiplication through, we then add them together. So we've got 5, 2, 14, 4, 2, and 1. Let's write that out. Now we've got 4 numbers after decimal place, so we need to count in 4. We're going to have 12.4425. Alright, so remember, 12.4425. Now normally in dollars we wouldn't round it, we'd round it to 2 decimal places, but it hasn't asked us, so we'll leave it as is.